Amy Roloff, a celebrity from Little People, Big World, recently sent an update when she was in the middle of her journey back to Michigan, where she was going to spend some time with her father, who is 96 years old. Is there anything else that Amy had to say? After 25 seasons, the TLC show Little People, Big World was officially discontinued, as supporters of the show who have been keeping up with the most recent news have heard. Given that the entire family chronicled their life for a considerable amount of time, it is absolutely not anything to be laughed at that the run lasted from 2006 to 2024. When there is no longer a TLC crew there, and when there is no longer a need to adhere to a TLC filming schedule, Amy Roloff and other individuals have a great deal of time to devote to other activities, and they are no longer bound to the obligation of adhering to such a time commitment. It is very evident that she is making the most of this more freedom, as seen by the most recent reports from Amy. Her father is still alive, which is a blessing for Amy Roloff. Even though he is 96 years old, he is still alive, and Amy makes it a habit to travel back to Michigan on a regular basis in order to hang out with him and to visit her other relatives. Amy just posted a picture of herself flying in first class, and it appeared to be a completely pleasant journey. She was on her way to meet her father. Amy Roloff posted a picture of herself flying high and on her way to Michigan, with the caption, "Flying to Michigan to hang out with my 96-year-old strong dad." She also included the caption, "This is a look that requires you to stay up all night in order to take an Uber to the airport at 3 o'clock in the morning." Although first class may not be the same as it was in the past, it is still a good time and a pleasure. Matt Roloff was the only member of the Roloff family who expressed interest in continuing to shoot Little People, Big World following the conclusion of the 25th season, according to a source close to the network. The decision to stop the program was precipitated by Zach Roloff and Tori Roloff leaving the show in an official capacity, and everyone, with the exception of Matt, seemed to be relieved that this chapter has come to an end. As for Amy Roloff, she now has more time to enjoy first-class flights to Michigan, and she also has more time to spend with Marek. In addition, she has more time to devote to her cooking, baking, and other pursuits, and she appears to be very satisfied with such a situation. Do you think it's a good idea for Amy to go back to meet her father in style? Comment below and let us know what you think. The conflicts that Zach Roloff has been having with his father, Matt Roloff, played a significant role in his decision to leave the program. Zach Roloff is a star of the show Little People, Big World. Both the father and the son are quite different people, and there is a clear indication of this difference in the way that they raise their children. Is one Roloff a higher quality father than the other? It's possible. It is essential to make a decision by comparing the things that they have done as dads. There are some things that Matt would wish to apologize for, despite the fact that no father is perfect. As a matter of fact, Zach is not an ideal parent either. Zach and Matt were at odds with one another during the 25th season of Little People, Big World. An awful lot of blood was present. In order for Matt to see the grandkids, Zach did allow him to come over, but the relationship between Matt and Zach was a little bit skewed. It was obvious that Zach's still harboring resentment toward his father about Roloff Farms. Zach is under the impression that his father told him that he would sell the farm to him, but Matt ended up selling it instead. Zach is a Taurus who places a high importance on home, hearth, and tradition. He is a true family guy who most likely had the goal of working on the farm along with his family, just like his father did. The people of Taurus despise change and look forward to their comforting routines. Therefore, it was a bitter blow when Matt dashed Zach's hopes and ambitions. Zach was required to think creatively and consider other courses of action. It is undeniable that he harbors resentment on account of the fact that his father did not give him the land. It's possible that he had the hope that his father would leave it to him as a kind of legacy at an earlier age. Zach most likely believes that Matt is a self-centered father who is making poor choices in order to appease Karen Chandler, who was formerly known as his other woman and is now engaged to her. On screen, Matt has stated that he is thinking about himself at this moment. For him and Karen, he is constructing a luxurious home. The argument that he does not merit it is not being made by anyone. Matt is deserving of a house that is genuinely accessible because he lives with a kind of dwarfism that causes him a great deal of discomfort. He has undergone a few operations. Every year, Matt has put forth a lot of effort. Working at Roloff Farms, he was a very hard worker. On the other hand, he is not always an easy man to deal with. Although Amy Roloff is a nice lady, he was frequently harsh with her when they were married. As far as Amy was concerned, Matt appeared to be on a never-ending quest to find fault in her. It's possible that Matt has lost his feelings for her a long time ago. In no way was she ever able to satisfy her needs. Given that Marek is a more compassionate guy, she would be better off with him. Karen and Matt are causing problems for the Roloff children at this time. Matt and Amy's divorce has had a significant impact on their lives. Considering that Zach is a human being, it is likely that he too holds the divorce against his father. Under the surface, there is a great deal of fury festering. Matt is probably under the impression that he is being humiliated and judged. As a direct consequence of all of this upheaval, Zach and Tori have made the decision to quit the series, which has caused the family to fragment. During confessionals, Zach has expressed his desire for peace, stating that he disapproves of discussing members of his family behind their backs. All he wants is to relax and do what is best for his family of 5. He wants to live a peaceful life. Zach is very kind and compassionate with his children. However, he might be more patient with his little daughter, Lila Roloff, who has a slight delay in her speech development. Her crying and whining are very common, and she is not an outdoorsy or adventurous person. Undoubtedly, this is something that irritates her father. Whenever Zach is rude and irritated with Lila, he appears to be more like his father. Perhaps he ought to put some effort into that. He is, nevertheless, a wonderful father the majority of the time. He never stops working to strengthen the link he shares with his children. The most lovely child is his son Jackson, who is loving, protective, adorable as a button, and just so intelligent. Both Zach's abilities as a parent and Tori's abilities as a mother are demonstrated by the fact that Jackson is a complete and utter sweetheart. The actions of these parents are commendable. As a result of their care, their son is doing so well. Almost certainly, the other youngsters will have the same favorable experience as well. There are a lot of joyful and calm times in their family life, possibly even more than the Roloff children used to have while they were growing up on the farm. It is possible that Zach does not want his children to grow up watching television as he did. It is clear that he is a very sensitive while they were growing up on the farm. It is possible that Zach does not want his children to grow up watching television as he did. It is clear that he is a very sensible man if he is withdrawing from the program for that matter. Choosing to act in such a selfless manner is likely to be beneficial to his children. Furthermore, Zach's problems with Matt are always there, which causes his son to distance himself from him. Zach has doubts about their ability to mend their split. Since Roloff Farms has not yet been sold, the harm has already been done. According to Matt, when Zach and I eventually sat together, we were actually in very opposite camps about what type of a transaction could go on. This was said in a confessional that Matt made. Zach arrived in a really heated manner. During the negotiation, he did not come in. With a demand, he came in. Zach's response, which stated, "You are not dictating the terms here," was irritated. "You've already dictated far too much for far too long." For a staggering $4 million, Matt put a portion of the farm up for sale in May of 2022. This winter, he made the decision to remove the home from the market after he had already advertised it twice by the time December 2023 came to a close. As a result, his plan to make money off of the well-known Roloff pumpkin farm did not ultimately succeed. It is possible that Matt has priced himself out of the market. A contentious conflict with his own child, who appears to have the opinion that his father is somewhat of a dictator, was the result of his unsuccessful attempt to sell his renowned property. Currently, the Roloff family is experiencing a difficult time, and the future of the well-known series is uncertain. The loss of Zach, Tori, and their adorable children makes it difficult to predict whether or not the program will continue to air. For all intents and purposes, they were the show's heart and soul. In their absence, the program is about a group of grown-ups who have gone through a lot of difficult experiences. They are still attempting to make a wonderful life together as a family, and Zach and Tori still retain the goals of their youth. In the event that they do not appear on Little People Big World, the broadcast may be compromised.